Carlos Ulberg back in action in November, UFC 281 in New York, Madison Square Garden, taking on Nicolae Negumereanu. I mean, mate, did you ever think you would be fighting at Madison Square Garden?
Of course, man. Of course, I've always known it, and for this to be an opportunity, I'm going to take it with both hands and grab that big apple, man. It's been a long time coming, but for sure, I knew it was going to happen for sure, and there'll be many other times as well. But for the first time, it's going to be an eye opener for me.
Yeah, for sure. You had a pretty impressive win last time out. Very quick, got in there, got the job done. Took your opening, made it count, and that was back in June. Were you hoping to get in a little bit sooner than November?
Yeah, I mean, well, because I'd come out of the fight with no injuries, I was kind of waiting to see if they were going to throw any names at me for an earlier fight, which would be quite nice. I mean, the UFC like to see that you're quite active and you keep yourself available for any fights, especially short notice fights. And so I was ready for that. And for us being there for the other boys and celebrating the other boys as well. That's not to say that I wasn't celebrating a bit too much and enjoying my food. So, it's, hey man, everything happens for a reason. It is what it is. So we're in November and now we've got this big shot in New York. So I'm looking forward to November and man, just seeing New York for what it is.
You ever been before?
I've never been, man. It's a place that I've always dreamed of going to. Just as any kid, you grow up watching cartoons and TVs in the 90s, and you always see New York and wishing that you want to be there one day. But now I've always had it in the back of my head that I'd definitely go there, and for some reason I'd head there. So it's paid its course, and now we're heading there November. So. Yeah, looking forward to it, bro.
Big card as well. Obviously, Izzy headlining and title fighting against Alex Pereira. Brad's fighting on the card. Dan's fighting on the card. All the boys are getting amongst it. Well, this will be probably your first time with that many teammates on the card, right?
With that many, yes. Yeah, this will be a big one. And hopefully there'll be more. Hopefully there'll be a few more on the card. So, man, it's at the moment, City Kickboxing is already thriving of guys and girls fighting. And as would have seen, there's a lot of guys fighting on the local shows here in New Zealand and Australia. So working and training alongside them while we're all in camp, it's quite nice. So to have us all fighting on the same card as well is going to be nice.
Just for yourself, anyone who's watched your UFC fights has seen your progression, seen how comfortable you're looking in there. Is that how it's feeling for you? I know there were a few jitters in that first time out, but ever since that, you've looked pretty unflappable in there.
Yeah, I mean, every fight's going to be different, bro. So, it was just, and you get in there, you feel more comfortable. And as I've said before, it's like going to a school for the first time. It's, you're quite shy and you don't know what to expect and all that. But the more comfortable you get, the more confidence you start to build. Just like champions, world champions get that extra bit of confidence when they get that title. If you've seen the last, Leon Edwards, he's got a bit more brightness in his shine. So that's basically how things go, especially with this continuing with success. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling more confident. I'm building, and my game is also building too. So I'm looking forward to showcasing a lot more of my different game aspect.
I guess if you look at an opponent like Negumereanu, he's got plenty of knockouts, a few submissions. He can do a little bit of everything. And I guess if you're looking for, an opponent to be able to test you in different areas, this is a pretty good guy to go up against.
Sure, bro. I mean, he's got a big wrestling game. He's very durable, man. And he's got a very good track record. He's fought many guys who are supposed to be quite big in the upcoming. Another guy who I had fought and lost to in my debut, Kennedy in Sitchikal, he beat him. which was quite a close fight. Just managed to get the win because of the eye pokes and all that. But yeah, man, he's a strong fighter, and I'd expect him to come forward. I'd expect him to take a few punches and for myself to try to knock him out, but managed not to. But he's gonna want a war. So I'm gonna give it to him, man. Why not? Jake the Must style.
Yeah, like we saw that in his last fight. He took a few shots and ended up coming up with a second round TKO win, I believe, in that one.
Yeah. On his last fight, yeah, he did, man. He finished quite strong too, so he's quite a good finisher. It's going to be a big fight, and for it to be in New York, man, I think the fans are gonna love it, and for the fans here at home too.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Leon Edwards before. I just want to touch on not so much that fight, but what has happened because of Leon Edwards winning. Obviously now Kamaru Usman no longer number one pound for pound. You got two City Kickboxing guys, number 1 and number 2 in the world. What does that mean for you in the gym, just to see Alex and Izzy ranked where they are now?
Yeah, it's good to have two good friends who are ranked and pound for pound. That shows from this side of the world, New Zealand, Australia, how strong we are. Alex coming from freestyle MMA and Izzy City Kickboxing. So it just shows that we have such, well, I think the world already knows that people coming from this side of the world are very strong competitors.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's no secret now. City Kickboxing, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world, and that puts a bit of a target on your back, right?
Does it? Does it?
Well, I would assume so for everyone else in the world. They see the City Kickboxing tag and we're like, all right, we got to get one over these boys. But hey, maybe not. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Oh, good, man. And I guess if you just look back on that last fight, it was very quick. Like, did you get everything you wanted to out of camp, out of the fight? Like, what were you hoping to showcase in that one? And like the way it finished, yes, impressive, but were you hoping for a little bit longer in there? I feel like it's a weird question to ask a fighter, get the job done seems like the way to go. But
I mean, every fighter would love to finish the fight the way they want to finish the fight, or they expect to, with a knockout as early as possible. That's nice. That's all very nice. But it's all very nice to try to dominate a fight for the whole 3 rounds as well, 3 or 5 rounds, depending on where you're at. So, yeah, man, I went in there, did what I needed to do, just reaction. And I kind of just went with the flow. And one thing led to another. There was many game plans that I had in my head, but I guess one of them turned out to be the one, and he fell short for it. So yeah, man, I was lucky to get that win. I had manifested myself to go back after the fight and help out the boys with training, and that's what happened. So I guess it all came down to my preparation and what I saw in the fight and what I wanted to happen during that week, the whole week of the fight, pre-fight and post-fight. So I saw that all. So yeah, I guess it all comes down to my preparation. I would love to get into more of, I guess, test a bit more of my sciences or my strengths or anything else like that. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to whatever may happen on the day. Yeah, it's too early days, man. I'm not even in camp yet. I've just been sitting down over here, bloody mowing my lawns and picking my weeds. But yeah, no, I've only just heard the news that it's all been all good to go. So it's I've been keeping an eye on Nicolae. We've been messaging each other, saying what's up, keeping each other health, and love, and sending the love. And he seems to claim he's from the same place Dracula is from, and and I know that he's he's thirsty for blood. And I said to him, man, hey bro, you know Jake the Muss, you know the bro Jake the Muss fella. That's gonna be us in there, cuz. But nah, he seems like a good bloke. And yeah, bro, it's all good.
Gonna have to send him a few clips or send him a link to watch Once Warriors.
I've done it, bro. I've done it, bro. It's all about the head preparation, bro. Get in their heads, eh?
Absolutely. And just sort of on messaging, I know you're going a little bit back and forth with William Knight. Did anything ever eventuate there? Did that get close to happening, or was that more just putting the feelers out and seeing if the UFC would take it?
That's it, bro. Big old Willie Nilly, eh? He's I don't know, man. I mean, he hopefully he's all healthy and he's good. I guess he needs a bit of time to backtrack and see where he's at. Coming off his loss. So I want him at his healthiest. You know, I want someone that is strongest. I don't want to pick on him if he's not at the best. So I don't think he's in that state at the moment. So I prepare to fight him when he's ready to come back and he's strong-minded. So right now we'll let him do his thing, and then I'll pick on him a bit later. Oh yeah, he's cool, bro. He's all good. He's strong, I guess. But I know that I'll face him very shortly.
Sweet as, man. Well, I'll leave it at that and let you get back to it. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, Chris, brother. You're the man.